Hello! Music's pretty dramatic, huh? This is the Shadowrun Return soundtrack, which I think will be okay on YouTube. Turn it down just a little bit. Wait, I don't have to get loud. Looks like we got a mothership raid started? Yeah. They're killing pylons. Okay. Well, you know what I'm about to do. Now, let me get over there and take a look. Right, get super speed going too. Up, up, up. How are you doing on this Saturday night? I hope you're doing great. I hope you're doing fantastic. Like fantastic, but better. Oh yeah, they're definitely going. I've seen a couple get popped. Any room on MSR League? Question mark. All right. Hey, look, you can see my chat. Isn't that amazing? I love that text pop up, the bubble right there. I always have. It is somewhat friendlier than just having to read down here where you can't see because I have a picture up. A lot of games, that's how their chat is. It's just like, yep, go look at the thing. Here's like, yeah, you know, you got the thing, but you also got the thing. Oh man, they're telling us not to lick the shield. Bro, I want to lick the shield. It's right there. It looks so delicious. It looks like it should be mint flavored. You know? Like spearmint. How are you doing? I would have started streaming a little bit earlier, but I was watching the stream and I didn't want to dip out in the middle, you know? Oh boy. It's been a long weekend. That's okay. Man, Shadowrun Returns, where this music comes from, is such a good game. One of these days, I'll get it back up on stream, and we'll stream it. Somebody in the chat said it looks minty fresh. See, I'm not the only one. Either that or it's like Cool Ranch, like the Dorito flavor. Man, I remember when those came out. Everybody was like, oh man, Cool Ranch Doritos, that's so cool. And I wouldn't even know they still existed, except I think I saw an advertisement for Cool Ranch Doritos on TV, of all places. Like, I don't even watch that much TV. So how did I end up seeing that? Nobody knows. Nobody, howdy, hoo-ha knows. You know, I don't know anybody that got the Zookeeper badge for fighting Rickety Monkeys, like, legit. Without just going and farming it, either in Craze Folly or PI. But they are still among us, that's what I hear. I did bring yeah, I brought an HVAS, good. I'm on team 2, so that's going to be middle left. Oh, that's what Ricky the Serenade just said. Alright. I'm not moving anywhere till... Okay, there goes the bomb. A bomb! You know, I wonder if the Deus Ex soundtrack triggers any problems on YouTube. I was just uploading Cyberpunk and like half the videos are like you can't monetize them. So I just gave up monetizing them. Alright, we got our little love tap in on Yukon Gray, and let me go ahead and drop the HVOS. We're gonna let this dude do some serious work for us. Sadly, we can't really control Homeboy. Oh, I don't know how to make the pet window open. Is that a creation option or something? Shoot. Well, we just won't ever untarget him. So there's a couple reasons to do mothership raids when you're on a character like this one. It is an easy way to just earn merits, like straight up, like right off the bat. You get merits, Vanguard merits specifically. But if you're doing incarnate stuff, like 400 Vanguard merits or something, is equivalent to doing one task force for an alpha slot item. So that's another reason to do it. And you can also convert Vanguard merits to reward merits at like 10 to 1, I think. Not a great deal, mind you. I back up. Is this guy gonna back towards me? So you got decent easy XP. You got non-XP rewards. There's money flowing in. Like, it's a pretty good deal. Problem with it, though, is what you're seeing. Enemies die so quickly that you really don't get a chance to target them directly. So I have found, and it's unfortunate, that the most efficient way to play, you're doing this, is what I'm doing. You get going, you auto fire, and you make sure that you're shooting somebody. Because there's nothing worse than being down here and not being able to target something. So aiming through a pet like I'm doing, kind of my preferred way to go. It's a lot like how Hemi raids were before they revamped them into their modern format, where you targeted through pets and you wore a Hamakini and stuff because the special effect density was just so dang high. Vanguard HVASs are great because they don't time out. This guy, as long as I'm on this map, stay out here. Jeez, I'm trying to get over towards him so I can shoot more effectively. Here we go. Maybe we just did it. So as long as there's enemies out here, and as long as I'm targeting through him, I'll be able to shoot stuff. Kind of ideal. Do I have any charges of experience left? No, it looks like I used them all. Okay, that's good. Eye bomb out of there. Let's put the Psy Shield over here. I might use that sometime. Just on the little pet that'll die. That's kind of silly, but also fun. We're not in Croatoa. We don't need the Croatoa powers anymore. Okay, things look a little better on my trays. Of course, once we level up a little bit more, we get incarnate stuff, you know, we're going to rearrange stuff better than this. We'll probably get the temp powers out of here. Put Taser Dart somewhere else, because... Come on. Are we out of enemies to shoot? We sure seem to be. Oh, there we go. I don't know if that was just lag or what. Or I was just too far away. I wonder what the intended design was for this thing. Like, was it always intended by the developers that all 50 players jump down in the bowl? Hey, Moniker. Don't worry, if you can't tell what's going on, that's okay, neither can I. We are in absolute chaos mode right now, and you are spared from the cacophony of the game audio, because it would be unlistenable if I had it actually going. But we're shooting aliens. You can barely see them. It's not that laggy, mostly thanks to modern hardware. But I'm targeting through my giant robot pet right here. And I'm auto-firing because odds are by the time I actually found somebody to shoot, they'd already be dead otherwise. We're getting some mad rewards here. Get that off the screen. Like, you can watch, like, money's just pouring into my pocket. So is XP, which is the more important thing. And the Vanguard merits are even more important because they're the main reason to do this. At least once on any character, because that lets you increase your storage size, and you get a couple cool. You can buy a couple cool temporary powers with those, which includes the robot friend. Anyway, we'll flip the still the best 1979 meme thing that nobody, or 1973 the meme that nobody but me and one person will understand. And we'll get back in here. Because I'm not really in the business of, like, I don't want to, like, I'm not here to, like, show people's chat or whatever. Dude, my robot is going rogue. He is way too far up that ramp. He needs to come down. Get a better gaming chair. Oh, brilliant! Actually, I'm using, like, a 25-year-old office chair. Because office chairs are more comfortable than gaming chairs. Although, I think I finally am at the point where I need to get myself a new dang chair. I wouldn't mind one of those ailerons they had at when I was working at Oak Ridge. You need to get a better office chair, Moniker. Ooh, gaming chairs add +5 to your RAM and GPU. I didn't know that. Now I know. It's good to know. Ah, it's free. The best price. Like I say about the coffee at work, you know? It's terrible, but I'm going to drink it because it's free. Which is silly because I bring my own coffee in to use in my French press. And so, like, once every 3 months, I'll make an actual good cup of coffee. And by a cup, I mean actually a liter of coffee because, you know, I can't make like a single cup. I don't have a pour over. Hey, and if it's better than your previous chair, that's even better. Wow. Here's your solid wood, no padding. Oof! I've used all kinds of weird chairs as computer chairs over the years, man. I had dinner table chairs, all sorts of stuff. I've had this chair for a long time. At least 20 years, probably 25. This is a good chair. But time is catching up with it. Valkyria, you can yell at me to stay off the ramps, but I ain't on the ramp and I can't control my robot. Like, I don't know what you want from me, League Leader. A secret lab chair. Man, I don't know what brands are for chairs. I am so not in that market. One of those boxes you find in general stores. What, like an egg, or not egg crate, like an orange crate, like sitting on one of those? I did that when I was a kid. Oh, you probably didn't see it up at the top of the screen because of all the mess of stuff. But I totally blammed that guy and he went flying. That was funny. Come on, I want to shoot more people. Bring me more people to shoot. There we go. Pew, 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 pew. This isn't really the most exciting content to either play or watch, I gotta admit. So while we're auto-firing and stuff here, secret labs. Let's look this up. Secret lab, gaming chair, and gaming desk. Okay, hold on. Oh! This reminds me of my previous computer's case. Cooler Master Cosmos 2. It totally had a trailer when you went to the website that Cooler Master had for it. Ooh, leatherette. Hey, that looks more like my jam. Adapts to your spine. Oh, how does that work? Interesting. Well, Moniker, thank you for dropping this. I'm going to have to look at their website a little bit more. Because I am definitely in the market for a chair. So this might be just the thing. Stuff that's worth keeping or worth having is worth paying worth the price. Like, if this is something that I'm going to be using for a decade, then when you amortize the cost over that time period or whatever words are, let's see. So like from 500 something bucks, yeah, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. Oh, it's like 20 bucks more to get the fabric instead of the fake leather? Okay. Yeah, like this chair. This chair probably cost $1,000 or something when it was new. Like, it was a top-of-the-line office chair. I got a really nice office chair in my office at work that I brought in. Not suitable for gaming. It ain't that comfy. But you know, that chair costs like $1,000. Like, a good piece of furniture that you're going to use for a decade or two is worth spending money on, because then you're not buying like some IKEA crap every other year for 180 bucks, which is going to cost you more in the long term than buying the one good piece of equipment. I need a new desk too. This desk has been around the world almost, and it was a beautiful 3-piece desk when I got it, and it's still a beautiful 3-piece desk, except the veneering is all scuffed and scratched and stuff, and it's sad. You know, I should just refinish it. It's some wood filler, some stain, and then like veneer the whole dang thing. Did I say veneer? I meant varnish. Then varnish the whole dang thing. This desk is pretty killer. Like I said, it's a 3-piece desk. It can be assembled together in different configurations or split apart. Like right now, I have it in 2 separate pieces. One is the one where I'm at. The other one is over here on the other side of my computer. And that's where I keep... actually, you know what? Let's just turn the camera on. That's where... Oops, that's the Elgato. That's where my camera is. Right here. Woo, comic books. And I have that as a separate piece, so it's like a separate... what's the right phrase? A separate logical space. Work area. Something like that. Although my plans have kind of faded because my office is a mess. I'm gonna have to. I have no time left. I got like 1 month and I gotta straighten this place up. It has 3 feet wide and 18 inches deep. It's a kid. Dude, my desk is like 3 feet deep. And I was about to finish that thought with a song lyric, and then I realized that song lyric would probably get me in trouble. It's a song lyric from a DJ format track named 3 Feet Deep. With abdominal and decisive. Dude, I don't know how you can fit anything on that. Like, my 2 monitors here and my keyboard, and I feel like I don't have nearly enough space. Granted, part of that is the stack of books that are over here to my right. Kind of infringing upon my space. Come on, let's get this next level. Hey, do I have any charges of experienced here? Scroll, 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 scroll. Okay, where did it put it? And of course I can't find it. There it is. Let's speed up our leveling a little bit. So experience gives you half a level of, quote, patrol XP. And what patrol XP is every time you earn 1 point of experience normally, patrol XP multiplies that by 50%. So instead of earning 1 XP, I earned 1.5. I do an example with like the experience in the chat from all the dead enemies, but different teams are hitting the enemies so much that it's really hard to like gauge, because no 2 enemies of the same type are going to give me the same XP right now. There's 47 other people shooting them. And only the people on my team, which is team number 2, count for giving me XP. But experience is pretty cool. Nothing ever die in this game? Lots of stuff is dying. You just can't see it. Like, this Richter Chief Soldier right here. He's dead. Well, wherever he went, he was dead. Just trust me, there was a corpse there, but he despawned. Oh, there's a Richter Gunman right there. Or Richter Headman, I should say. Which I can't click on. Here's a Richter Magus. He's a tough dude. There's just too much effects going on in this game that you can't see what's happening in this area. That's why I'm auto-firing. And I had been targeting through my robot, who I've just lost track of. Well, so much for that plan. But you can see the Magus' health bar up here. He's down to like 20%. He's going to be dying pretty soon. This is just one of those situations, there's just too much going on to actually see what's going on. It doesn't help that the game has a limit to how much stuff it will draw on screen. And so as I move around, stuff comes in and goes out of being in phase, visually. So there's gobs of enemies here that we can't see. And it's because it's a 20-year-old game engine. Like, they didn't know what they were doing. This game predates WoW. Oh, you see all this effect spam? That's keeping me alive. This whole stack of stuff up here are buffs that have been applied to me. So I got a bunch of force fields on me, ice shields. I got the inspirations for my level up ding. I have leadership abilities stacked up. Looks like 2 or 3 stacks of steamy mist. I forget what the dark stealth power is called. I got that on me. Somebody's spamming me with heals. We've got 2 rebirths on me, so that's increased my max HP, which means I regenerate faster. The game is not balanced around having 50 players standing in one point, or in one place, so I don't know why the devs... all those people are playing with me. This whole list of dudes right here. Like, I don't know who any of these people are, but we're all teamed together. No, those are not the enemies. These are all the people. This one is the people on my team. Right there. And it's just like that linear stack of buffs on everybody. Good grief. And we're team 2, and there's 5 other teams also doing the same thing we are. This is not very typical gameplay for City Heroes. Usually this game is focused around like a couple of friends going and rolling through stuff and beating things up like crazy. And then dying horribly because you get overconfident. Here, you're my robot! I found my robot! Let's aim through him again. Alright, we can go back. You're not actively doing a whole lot of looking around. And we'll just let the camera swing around and make us go crazy. Oh shoot! I'm almost out of drink. Now I am out of drink. I'm gonna be a terrible person. Let me let the league know. AFK, a quick minute, grabbing a drink. Oh, you know what? I can wait the 7 minutes for this to end. Because this event, once you get it going, has a timer. I didn't realize we were already 20 minutes through this thing. That's great. And so the idea is there's a boss down in here, and you beat the boss up. And from the moment you drop the shields to be able to get onto the mothership here, you have 30 minutes total. So you plant bombs to disrupt them, spawn the boss, and then you come down here and you beat the boss up. In City Heroes, if something is too low of a level for you to get XP off of, it will show up. You see how this dude like shows up as yellow? This guy's purple. I probably can't find anything that's not purple here. The boss down in the bowl, his name is a play on that. So instead of, this Vanguard HVAS, he cons yellow to me because he's level 49 and he's an elite boss. The boss down in the bowl that we killed on the way in here is a level 54 giant monster, I believe. And us as player characters, 4 levels below, if he could click on me, my name would be in gray for him. So his name is Yukon Gray. The devs every once in a while, from many years ago, did have a sense of humor. Epidemonologist. Oh, what a great name for a character. Swing the camera. We're not. Oh, there we go. Whoosh. We're shooting at this Ricty Magus that's right there. Probably not going to last too long. We got 4 minutes and 54 seconds. This has been a good raid. How many Vanguard merits am I up to? Cool. Yesterday I spent like 900. I think I had like 300 left. So we made back just about everything I spent. That's great. I like to have a little pool of those things to spend if I, as I'm getting ready to do the stuff I'll be doing on this character, which is leveling up beyond the max level. When you hit level 50 in City of Heroes, for a long time your character was just done. Like, there was nothing else you could grow with. Then they grafted on a system to... How do I explain the City of Heroes paradigm? So in City of Heroes, you don't put on equipment. You make your powers better. So each of the rows here is a separate power for me. And you put slots into those powers, and then you can put items into those slots. Like this power right here has got some stuff slotted into it that makes it do more damage and cost less endurance and be more accurate. So they added a system where you had like sets of items you could equip into those powers, and by doing that you could get bonuses. So at some point I'll actually equip like this character's like real gear instead of just the stuff I have for leveling, and pick up a bunch of those bonuses. Hey Leonza, did your stream wrap up? And then much later in the game's history, they added the quote incarnate system, which incarnates are a concept that the game had at the beginning because several of the really big heroes are quote incarnates. And what that does is it gives you additional powers that are increasingly crazy that you can just use. So some of these effects that I have on me, like these right here, these rebirth effects, this is one of the incarnate powers. So it does like a heal to everybody that it hits, and it can hit like 50 targets. And it also increases their maximum HP by a certain amount. And so every 2 minutes, somebody with this power can fire it off and get a full heal for them and all their friends. Other powers are... there's different powers you can attach to your attacks to make your attacks just do more damage of a particular type, or inflict special effects of different types. Very powerful stuff. One of the slots is called the Alpha slot, and that one is like having extra slots in all of your powers that just do stuff for you. So instead of me having to add like one extra slot to every one of my powers and then equipping an extra item in that slot, I just get a power that does all that for me. So that's what leveling beyond the maximum level, and I'm using leveling in like air quotes. So just pretend there's air quotes here, okay? Air quotes, like that. And, whoops. There we go. So that's like the big grind after you hit the maximum level. Because hitting the maximum level is kind of trivial. You can do it in a day without, as long as you got a friend. This character is intentionally not speeding through any of that kind of stuff. And I took the time to actually enjoy playing the game instead of just power leveling and farming myself, because I wanted to take a character all the way through on stream. Oh, are we out of enemies again? We can be out of enemies. There we go. We got somebody to shoot. Anyway, those Vanguard merits that we're earning here, as you can see that orange pop up periodically, and you can see my big O stack right here, almost 1,400 now. Those can be converted to different things, and one of those things is stuff that goes into making that post level 50 powering up. So we're kind of preparing for the future while we're here leveling up off of basically the goodwill of all these people that are doing a lot of hard work for me. Of course, I'm doing some hard work too, because I am lasering things and I summon my pet, and we're having a great time blasting bad guys. The Rikti, these bad guys here, that like this dude in the black and white armor, are, quote, aliens, but they're not aliens from another world, they're aliens from another dimension. They're actually the humans of that other world, which is a fact that you learn sometime in the level 40 level range, I think. There's a whole story arc about that stuff. Might be in the 30s, actually. But they're essentially like the alien invaders of the setting. Well, they're one of the alien invaders of the setting, but they're the main alien invaders because, like, we're fighting on a giant UFO, giant flying saucer that's crashed, that got shot down by heroes. Oh, there we go. Mothership raid is over. which means we're getting ready to go fight. The aliens will have a little ship out flying around the zone at this point, so we're going to go shoot that down. Where is the ship? Oh, there it is. So there's where we were just fighting, down in the center of this. And we're going to shoot this guy down. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Guys, don't shoot it down before I get there. Don't shoot it down before I get there. Come on, come on. Let me hit it. Let me hit it. Way back on live, before this was added here and before people were like, oh, let's go shoot down motherships, or I'm sorry, not motherships, dropships, on the server that I was on when this was a real game and not a private server, back on Virtue. Yeah, where's my portal? Bro, I dropped my portal and it didn't show up? Oh, what a ripoff. Hey, there's somebody's aura portal. We'll take that and get it. Where did your portal go? Bruh. Okay, the game just ripped me off for no reason. That's fine. We'll just run through the zone. It's not a big deal. I got to figure out what I want to do next anyway. And I want to talk to you. Anyway, way back on live, like, I don't know, at this point, like 15 years ago or something, those ships were really deadly. Like, we weren't as overpowered as we are now. And so they could pretty much one-shot a player. And we all got together after triggering an alien a Ricti invasion of a zone. Because you can actually make the aliens attack places in this game. We all got together, and I think they were invading Sharkhead Island, one of the villain zones, and we shot all the dropships down that they sent through the zone. I was there when we did that. That was the first time, as far as I know, any players did that. I was on my bot's force field mastermind, which meant since we're like 300 feet up in the air or whatever, and my robots are on the ground, I was essentially completely useless. But I was there, darn it. And nobody can take that away from me. Let's see, what time is it? It's 10:20. It's not quite time for the Hamikaze yet. Alright, let's clear out my inventory a little bit. Yeah, we'll just sell all this stuff. I leveled up, so I need to pop in and talk to level up dude over here. Hey, level up dude. I've done just about everything in this game. There's a couple new things that they've added since they brought the game back that I have not done yet. But pretty much everything I've done, at least once, on some character. Oh, I don't know where to put these slots. They really don't matter because I'm not going to use them anyway. We're done building this character till I get to level 50. Sure, we'll put them in there, and one more slot in power drain, whatever. Alright, so we got about 25 minutes. And I don't see anything in the looking for group chat. Okay. Somebody's forming an ITF, but I don't think I have they want to do a kill most, and I don't have the time for that before Hamikaze. And I don't miss the Hamikaze. If I can help it. Okay, you all are just going to be RPing. You're not actually forming a team. All right. Well, let's find a story arc to work on. Hey, I need to do Tina McIntyre. Or Tina McIntyre's arc. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing Tina McIntyre, but that's not what we're here for. Go to Peregrine Island, and we'll go start her arc. The reason her arc is important is because it and a level 45 to 50 sequel to it take you through a fight against all the Praetorians. And so if you want to get the badge for defeating all the Praetorians, that's the way to do it. I don't know if the in-game boss versions of them count for that badge or not, but the ones in these two story arcs do. So we'll just run up here. We'll talk to Tina. She works for Portal Corporation. We're about to run into the Portal Corporation courtyard. And we'll mission it up tonight. Dude, I'm glad I saw that I had her as a contact, because I need to do this. This is all very convenient. I am going to take a real quick AFK just to get a drink. So I'm going to fill up a glass with water, and I'll be right back. You bet I do. All right. Oh, let me get the BRB off the screen. Bloop. Said, bloop. There we go. All right. So in the lore of the game, Portal Corporation is... There's too much to explain there. But they are a company that does scientific exploration into other worlds via their portals. Oh, bro, we're going to jump right to this one? Okay. And so each of those alternate worlds, it's like, modern comic book movies where everything's about the multiverse. So you go to different worlds where things that are weird have happened. Like we're about to go to a world where the Clockwork King is the only being left on the planet. Just him and his clockwork minions. So, let's go fight the Clockwork King. You're also about to see just how cheap and exploitive I get, because I'm not going to bother actually fighting this guy fairly. We're just going to overdose on temporary buffs and kill him. Because CD Heroes is completely broken, and it's one of my favorite things about the game. He should be in the back. Is that him? That's him. Oops. Well, we started shooting too soon, but that's okay. So I can turn these off. I guess we turned some sound effects on, couldn't we? Just a little bit. You can kind of hear like what the game sounds like. My character here is a character type that didn't exist on Live. It's called a Sentinel. It does range damage like a blaster, but it has armors like a melee character. And with all these purples on me, this guy can't really hit me. Purple inspirations boost your defense. So 4 of them effectively make you invulnerable to most content. Oh, they wore off. We're getting hit. There we go. Oh, we're going to survive on a tiny sliver of health? We might. We might. If we die, that's okay. Death is just part of life. That was me not paying attention, man. There we go. So we got a badge. Badges are rewards for doing various random things. So this is a mission that just happens to have one with it. Sometimes you get badges for doing what they call task forces, which is a set of missions that are strung together. You get badges for defeating enemies. You get badges for exploring places. All kinds of stuff generates badges. Back on Live, I had all but like 2 badges at the end of the game. That's just turn the computer off and on again. Exactly. I was missing Triple Threat and then the Master Magisterium badge. That I had every other badge I could get. Which meant I was missing a couple anniversary badges. But they don't count. At least they didn't used to. I guess they count now because I think anybody can get them. But back in the day, they didn't count. Alright. I don't want to do either of these missions, but we'll do this one. Beat people up. Let's see, the Ricty monkeys are all going to be too high level for me, aren't they? Because they're like level 50 on their island. So we'll clear the Ricty off the beaches. Oh. I'm trying to avoid getting drawn into something that's going to take too long. Because here in a few minutes, I want to go to the Hamikaze. Here we go, we'll beat these Ricty up. Old school City Heroes was full of this kind of thing where you had to street hunt enemies. This content kind of aged like milk, i.e. not very well. Because to a great extent, you're just kind of doing what I'm doing, where you find a couple of enemies that are lower level than you, and you pummel them, and then you win. In our case, we got to do this to 46 Rick D total. So hopefully we can find some monkeys or a group of like drones or something. But we'll just clear our way around. Peregrine Island is kind of a neat zone. I have been outside the geometry, which is kind of wild. I don't even know if you can still get out there. I am playing so bad on this character right now. My brain is just like turned off. Ah, he held me. Because I got detoggled. It's okay. He's not going to kill me before the hold wears off. Drop our nuke over here. Oh, the soundtrack just looped. And playing this character right now just reminds me of how unsatisfied I am with the damage output from Sentinels. Bro, just die. Frick to your jerks. Quit healing, dudes. Just end up dead. That's so much to ask. Blasters are the ranged equivalent to scrappers. Sentinels are the we don't actually know what to do with them archetype, except that we want something like this to exist. They don't do near enough damage, and they sure ain't tanky enough. They're just generalists. Oh, sure, with having defense. It's not good enough. Like, I'm not running around unslotted here. Even if I had my toggles on, these guys would just be hitting me. Of course, that is my fault for playing Energy Aura, which is not the most defensive of power sets. Oh, you're Redcom. We are not fighting you. Oh, Purple Con! Yeah, we're avoiding that. A Jaeger. Not a Jägermeister. So can't get drunk. Here we go. Let's crash this little threesome. It's more appropriate to say that Sentinels are like the ranged equivalent of tanks. Yeah, it's not going to die as fast as the Blaster, but it sure isn't going to do enough damage. If they didn't have this weird... This is like the third iteration of this thing since they came up with this on the beta server many years ago. Like, if we had something better for the Inherent, I probably would be way cooler, because this just doesn't seem to do the trick. Although I do use this on bosses. I do bust that out for bosses and stuff when I'm on leagues. And I like to imagine it helps when we're fighting arch-villains. They formed the Hamikaze yet? here. Not forming up the Hamikaze. At least they haven't said so. I bet there's a bunch of people in the hive. I want to try to wrap this mission up, and then we'll pop over there on a character that can actually do the Hamadon raid. Look at this, just civilians walking around. You got, like, monsters on the beach, aliens over here. Crab spiders are pretty good. I haven't played a lot of crab spider. I like the Bane spider stuff a little bit better. Because it's like, it does everything a stalker does, except better. No offense to stalkers. Dude, I played a couple great stalkers. But yeah, usually my soldiers of Arachnos either end up as Banes or like Huntsman builds. But I have seen crabs do some absolutely amazing things over the years. We just want to start shooting lasers everywhere, right? Go crab spider. I know people. We all know people choose crabs for the legs. Yeah. I was just farming up my huntsman last night. Oh, there's a couple more right there. All right, let's go ahead and pop this. Get juiced up. Eight more Rick DF. Hey, there's a couple more right there. Look at that. Weirdly convenient game. Crabs let you kind of play like a mastermind too, which I like. I really appreciate how this game does like summons and stuff. The mastermind is one thing that no other MMO has ever quite duplicated. Oh, wrong button. Oh well. You hate those short duration, long cooldown powers? I know, man. What I would really have liked at some point for like a melee secondary set or something, here, just smack some greens down, is a set that was like all passives or something, or just all like all passives and toggles, like regen, except not sucky, with freaking instant healing. Regen annoys me because its powers are named wrong. Instant healing should be like the toggle instead of integration. Yeah, whatever. But something like that where it's just like you just have a bunch of powers that you equip and you just get strong. Like I really appreciate that Invuln, for example, has those is there 2 or 3 passives in there? Like I like that. That's one of the reasons I like Soldiers of Arachnos is they have a couple passives that you can equip and it's great. There's like 4 of them, I think. Alright, we are not going to go hunt Malta. So we'll go ahead and take this mission. But it's almost 10:45, which means the Midnight Hamikaze will be starting here in the next 10 minutes, because it always seems to fill up early. Go We'll see if we can sneak in. One power type I very rarely ever take are tier 9s. For exactly the reason you're saying. They like last 30 minutes, they have a long recharge, and then they crash when they wear off. Instead of relying on something like that, I would rather just be like, you know what? I'm going to be elizibar. Just punch things. That's the secret to joy that I've found in City Heroes is just go play something that's comfy and just go punch bad guys. And then you don't got to worry about it. Oh, somebody's outbidding me, huh? Well, we'll just put these in. These don't fill, that's okay. I played DC Online Universe or DC Universe Online or whatever it is for like the first 10 levels, and then I was kind of like, yeah, I think I'm out. It did not hook me, neither did Champions. In fact, Champions broke for me when I went to do the crafting tutorial, and I couldn't advance the crafting tutorial at all. Alright, let's flip through some rares here, see what we got. The only debilitative action about debilitative action is actually slotting debilitative action. Oh, come on. You can give me better rares than this game. Oh, that's terrible. That's not going to sell. Kismet's not going to sell either. Not going to sell. Come on. Game, I need something I can actually sell. Hey, Intrepid Chaos, that'll sell. That proc won't sell. That ain't going to sell. Hey, I might keep that one. Game story ends at 30. Everything else is optional. Raid content is all the same. Ugh. Sounds kind of crummy. Okay, that'll sell. Celerity Run won't. That won't. I don't know about Ice Mistral's Torment. I'm going to guess it doesn't, so let's go ahead and just re-roll it. And that's not good enough. Touch of Death is. That's not good enough. Not good enough. Tempest might just sell. That proc will sell. Okay, this is all stuff that should sell or be close enough to selling. Alright, let's roll. Oh, we're launching. All right. Let me toggle. Oh, I'm already toggled up to start shooting. Great. Let's get in here and go ham. A Freebird stealth might sell. God, this sound is just so loud. Hold on. We're turning the game audio off because I cannot deal with that. Oh, that's so much better. It's no secret, it's just DC cash grabbing on its IPs, like updating character models to the most recent movie variant, even though it makes no sense. There's no need for it. Imagine playing tutorials, see Man Steel Superman, not original comics. I mean, City of Heroes did the same thing. We have killed Le Statesman. For a second, I thought these guys were acting like they were going back to their doors. The City of Heroes kind of did a little bit of that. The whole who will die, who, and replacing people in game and stuff, and the Praetorian War and the new tutorials were supposed to be like the excuse to overhaul all the zones and stuff, which honestly they probably need to be done. That probably needs to have happened, and it never did, and probably never will. But at least I guess to your point is that does make sense in the context of the universe and the game. It's not a change being driven by something from outside the game, except that Matt Miller hated, Statesman and wanted his character to be the face of the game. Well, did I say that? I said that. Sorry. And I feel like that's not really comparable. So here was updating every NPC model to reflect the latest movie release or comic release. Ah, yeah, I gotcha. Wow, Hammy has not spawned yet? Here, we can flog this stuff cheap onto the market. There's the teleport I was expecting. Beautiful. Somebody out there might want to buy this garbage. Alright. Well, a lot of people can't separate Statesman the player from Statesman the developer. And so how they feel about Statesman the developer, and honestly, he seemed kind of like the guy in charge, essentially, which means he was a jerk sometimes, because you have to be when you're the person in charge. But yeah, Jack was an interesting character. Like the rest of the Cryptic and then later Paragon Studio developers, I don't think he understood the game he made. None of them really seem to. If my headset just beeped at you, I apologize. It decided to turn itself off and back on for some reason. And sometimes that can produce an audible mic in the window, or an audible beep beep in the Windows sound system. Statesman in the same league as Atlas? Statesman wasn't that tall. But in terms of any other measure, except for raw size, yeah, Statesman was. Like, Statesman, people in the setting they're all big fans of Statesman. That's why the old badge for doing, not Tina McIntyre, the other one, the second Praetorian arc. Like, when you finish that off, your badge reward was Statesman's pal. Just like being Jimmy Olsen's Superman's pal. Like, Statesman is Superman. And so most people in the setting treat him like Superman gets treated in DC. What am I aiming at Mitos for? We're going to be jumping on the Hammy. We got my lures. Hey, XLG. Here you go, buddy. You can't see what anything. Screen's just full of green. We're gonna go kill an in-game boss in like 30 seconds. And that's how we like it, XLG. The poopier, the better. Alright, I got my 80 reward merits. How many reward merits I got on this character anyway? 5,288. Dang, yo. That's a few. I don't know why people would crap on Recluse because Statesman's dead. Aside from the fact that Recluse wasn't the one who killed him. In fact, that's probably like the main mistake with that whole story arc is, oh yeah, let's have, you know, someone who's not an A-lister kill an A-lister. It's just pure shock value. It's just like in Marvel Comics, you know, they just killed Kamala Khan and had a bunch of characters that have nothing to do with her whatsoever out there mourning her death. It's like, this is just cheap shock value. There's no there. And that's the kind of writing you get from people who really shouldn't be writing this kind of material. Because you can do deaths, but deaths need to be treated better. But here we were going to get like this stupid dark story arc where Statesman dies, we end the Praetorian War, the Vanguard talks Tyrant into becoming Statesman. Like, who really wanted that? I don't think anybody actually wanted that story. I'm kind of okay with it, but I know that story wouldn't be treated well. Hero deaths used to be treated seriously. They're just kind of jokes now because they happen too often. Which, you know, to be fair, they did that in Transformers comics. In Transformers versus Visionaries. Because everybody remembers the Visionaries toy line from Hasbro, right? They were the little action figures that had the holograms on their chest. Like they killed Cup. You know, that old veteran Transformer for basically no reason. Just pure shock value. That was the moment I knew IDW would go bankrupt. And I wasn't wrong. They went bankrupt this year. Which, granted, it's been a few years, but that kind of event is the direction they were going in. And it wasn't a good one. Which is, I believe Hasbro pulled their license. Which, that sucks to be IDW Comics right there. Can I say robots in disguise, Elizibar? Robots in disguise. Yeah, I can say it. Why, do you think I couldn't speak English? There's a rap song from Self-Titled? Oh, shoot. I'm now blanking. No, I think it was Ill Bill. I think it was Ill Bill, and he's like rapping about the Transformers like, I didn't see the movie because they didn't make that sound. You know exactly the sound. Yeah, they killed Cup in the comics. For shock value, to show that the villain from Visionaries was evil. Like, that's why. Oh, we're not going to launch. We're going to have to wait? Oh yeah, there we go. My pet just expired. Okay. Alright, well, we're stuck here waiting for powers to recharge. So while that's happening, I guess I'll get back to... Well, we don't need to craft. We just got to convert. God dang it, we're not getting any good stuff. Hey, an Annihilation, we'll take that. Does power transfer actually sell? Hold on, let's look. Yeah, it's not worth it. Not worth it. I'll look at the chat in a second, since I'm done trying to flip this into something worth selling. Oh my gosh. Hey, there we go. That Aegis ought to sell for $1 million. That'll work. That might sell. That won't. I don't know if this will sell. It's a hold set. They're usually... Yeah, you know what? That might sell. Okay, let's see. Sure anyone cared to protest, we could get Cup Rev revived for the new G1 inspired movies, Bumblebee and Rise of Beasts. I mean... Maybe. I don't think the movie timeline actually makes any sense, so they could do whatever they wanted there. Come on, quit giving me crap. Hey, Touch of Death, that'll sell. Shieldbreaker might just sell. It used to on live anyway. Yeah, we can flip that for like $1.5 million. Cool. Can this sell for anything? Probably not. Oh, looks like it might. Okay. Okay, that'll sell. This won't. I'll look at the chat again in just a second. I'm going to flip a few more of these suckers. Come on. Okay, Red Fortune will sell. Triage won't. Serendipity will. Oh, I shouldn't have flipped that one. That was a mistake. Oh well. I got caught up in the middle. Let's see. That, if I flip that to Gaussians, that will sell. That'll sell. This stuff won't. You know, I can probably sell that Smashing Haymaker for like 500 grand, and that'll do me. You gonna work with me here, Mr. Smashing Haymaker? Oh, okay, never mind. It won't anymore. It used to. Whereas reboots are not connected to the Bayformers. Look, dude, I can't keep track of any of those movies because the Michael Bay Transformers movies didn't even make sense among themselves. Like, sure, one took place after the others, but the plot threads in each one were essentially just, like, picked up and then dropped by the end of the movie, and nothing ever actually connected in a meaningful way. Except dead people stayed dead. Which meant like all the Transformers I liked were pretty much dead by the time we got to The Last Night or whatever that movie was. Like, didn't they kill Jazz in the first one? How can you kill Jazz in the first movie, man? Come the frick on, dude. Flip to something useful. This guy's costing me money here. We'll never recoup our cost for this dude. Let me just flip him to another melee AoE and see what happens. There we go. We can sell Circles Dervish for like $1 million or something probably. We're going to lose money on that guy, but that's okay. Karma, that'll sell. Red Fortune will sell. Come on, give me something good here. Jeez, we're getting kind of crummy RNG. Usually goes a little better than this. I guess because I'm on camera doing it. Eradication will probably sell. That'll sell. Karma might sell. Let's take a chance. Touch of death, touch of death. No. A miracle might. Come on. Game's being a mega jerk here. Hey, a miracle proc. I might keep that one myself. Let's see. Yeah, there were, well, you had either the robots that were already giant. There were a couple of those. And then there were the combiners, like the Constructicons. I think I've already got like a Kismet 2-hitter 2 in my base, so I'll just sell that. We'll keep that Unbreakable Guard. Sell the Preventive Medicine. Oops, I didn't want to put the Miracle proc in there. I want to stick that in my base. Alright, let's see what we can sell this stuff for. Let's see. We're almost recharged. We probably got time to put this stuff up on the market. Yep, you're going to sell for $1 million bucks. Ooh. Going to sell for $3 million. Look like... I had a character I used Eradication on. It has actually a pretty good bonus for an otherwise kind of nondescript set. You know what? I'm feeling lazy. we're just going to shove all this stuff on the market for cheap. And if it sells cheap, oh well. I'm still going to be making a profit off of all this. Because the stuff I'm crafting this out of is cheap. So I make these things for less than 100,000. So then I get a bunch of flips with converters, which they don't cost me that much either. Yeah, look at that. 30 million bucks or so right there. Once this other stuff sells, I'll definitely be making a little bit of profit. And this stuff might take a couple days to sell, and that's okay, because I won't be back here to do this again for a couple of days, so it all works out. Alright, our powers have recharged, and oh, I just saw the... Yeah! Okay, he's just waking everybody up. Get this stuff out there for people who need it. Because sometimes as you go through your city life, you just need some inspirations in your pocket. Now let's pick up some pennies. Oh gosh! I was not ready for that. That's okay. We're hammying it up. The neat row of the cassette player in his chest, Ravage. Wasn't Ravage one of his cassettes? Alright, there we go. Hamadon defeated once again. And what did we get? A ribosome, not bad. I don't think I need another ribosome. But we'll shove that in my base anyway. So let's clean up the hammy buds that are out here. Which we can't even see because there's too many entities for the game to draw. Nah, Soundwave was not mute. And he didn't talk in auto-tune, he talked in vocoder. But that's really just like a difference in technology. Because a vocoder is where sound is attuned to the voice of the person. As whatever, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's same, a very similar concept. So let me get back up to the safe rock. Because we're going to log out here after I see my emails. And vocoders come out of... not here. Out of old school guitar stuff. Like, I think Eric Clapton was one of the guys who would do something where they would take... the sound from their guitar coming out of the amp, and they'd have a pipe running up to their mouth, and so they would play the sound through their mouth so they could shape the sound wave with their, like what they were doing. So they would talk like they were the instrument. Gosh, I wanted to keep going tonight. I'm getting kind of tired though. We'll go do some Tina McIntyre stuff on my Sentinel and see how things go. Yeah, this game had a good soundtrack. This is Shadowrun Returns, by the way, that we're listening to. Investigate the new dimension. Alright, let's go. sold items. What was I selling? Stuff, apparently. Alright, whatever. Give me the money. If we get Tina McIntyre done tonight, that would be pretty dope. Oh. This is where we're at in our lives, huh? Osprey's bots are the Junkian. Yeah. Those guys are pretty weird. I always like the Sharkticons. I thought they were kind of cool. Chloe actually out on the North Island? Even in the cartoon, they had that one episode where not Cobra Commander showed up. Oh, I am not a fan of some of these missions that are like, go find the one glowy on this big old map. Of course, these maps are great for farming, but for just trying to get through them so you can get to the stuff you want to do, not so good. And these ghosts wouldn't even count for the badge for Croatoa ghosts. Kind of sucks. Oh, don't see it down here. Because one of the problems is in these outdoor maps, there's no defined front, middle, and back on the map. So glowies and bosses and whatever can pop up pretty much anywhere. Come back here and double check. Yes. Where the frick is the glowy? I'm gonna have to do that thing I don't want to do. Brace your ears. We're gonna be listening for this glowy. Okay, it's not on this side of the map. I kind of like those G.I. Joe movies they did, I guess, what, like 10 years ago? They were great live-action cartoons. I thought they were a lot of fun, especially the first one. The second one, not so much. The second was a little rough around the edges. Because they killed, hey, it's a Transformers, like the Bay Transformers problem. They killed a lot of the characters that helped make the thing work. There we go. We just had to find that pile of bones, which I guess is supposed to be our dead body, because the ghosts were all talking about having killed me. A little bit creepy. What alternate universe are we going to? Oh, never mind. Here we go. This is what I want to be doing. But yeah, way back in the G1 Transformers cartoon, there was that episode where Cobra Commander, not Cobra Commander, was trying to buy a Megatron as a gun or something. I forget the details, but it was fun. That's really all that matters. And as a kid, that was pretty cool, because it was like, oh man, these two things that I like are in the same show. Now, I'm pretty sure they assiduously avoided using the Cobra name for whatever reason. Like, it was very obviously Cobra Commander. They just didn't say it was him. Like, at least that's what I'm remembering. I could be wrong. But I don't remember them using the Cobra name or logo in that episode. Even though it was clearly the same character with the same voice actor. Gosh, what a great voice actor, man. Well, we'll have to beat up a couple of these robots, it looks like. Oh, wrong button. Supposed to be this attack, not my nuke, which was out of range of this guy, unfortunately. You know what? Here, just eat a Nemesis staff. Go away. Fly across the room some more. Oh man, sorry, I was just like on autopilot running around for a second. Oh, it's one of these maps. I much prefer maps that are just like start here, go here, and don't have like 7 twists and turns. Why is that a weird choice? That's awesome. Of course Megatron turns into a gun. He's Megatron. What's he supposed to turn into? Like a scorpion tank or something? Come on, dude. Back in the 80s, we let our toys actually be cool. Of course you just turn into a gun. How else are you going to shoot people? Oh man, turn into a T-Rex is also awesome. What if you turned into a T-Rex that was a gun? Think about that one. We could call that a G-Rex. Is this the one that has another room all the way around here? Just do reveal. Alright. So the boss should be on this floor somewhere. We just gotta walk around until we hear him. There he is! Old Fusion. Well, buddy, I'm sorry to say, you're toast. And yes, if you're curious, like, the invasion force here are actually household robots. They're like construction bots and like the butler bot and stuff. And that's what you get to beat up. Because before the Praetorian Army rolls in, there's a lot of silly stuff happening. Investigate the DPS readings. Oh man, let's go see how much damage per second is being done. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, here's the thing you have to understand about Michael Bay. He's a guy who can direct a music video or a commercial. Which means everything he does is to try to get a feeling and a mood. It isn't about like strict directorial stuff. That's why Armageddon doesn't make very much sense as a film, but I enjoy watching it because he knows exactly the button to push. Your post was held captive? I didn't see your post. Hold up, let me open up on Twitch. Oh! Hey, there we go. I'm sorry about that. It didn't show up in OBS. My OBS busted, like not connected to Twitch? Oh! Hold up. We're apparently not actually logged in to Twitch through OBS. I don't know what that's all about. Let me see if I can fix that. I don't know how to fix that. Oh my gosh. How long has this been the case? Have I been missing auto-modded chat for weeks or something? Hold on, it wants me to pull up my two-factor authentication. So many people are trying to break into my Twitch. There's the authenticator. Okay, hey, there we go. There we go. Hey, I got it all working now. I got it working again. I'm sorry your comment got caught by the auto mod and I didn't see it until you said something else. But we have resolved that issue. Let's see. Let me get back to looking for glowies here. There are places glowies tend to be on this map, but that's only a tendency. If I remember right, this is the world where Synapse went in and sped the whole world up, driving everybody crazy. Kind of fun. Also, hey, Ethereal Dragon. Actually, XLG, I think you were talking about that. I was talking about how Michael Bay directs to convey a mood and get an emotional reaction out of people, not necessarily to actually make a movie. Can't stand glowy hunts? I understand. Well, if it's any consolation, and it's not, you're really supposed to clear the whole map and just pick up the glowies as you're going by. Nobody does that. Because I remember right, these guys are only worth like half the normal XP or something anyway, so why would I want to come here and fight them? I haven't heard chat from Dr. Calvin. Let me go back. Yeah, he hasn't spoken. Because we have not gotten near his mob. Oh, he might pop up on the map once we get these two dudes. And if not, I know a lot of the stupid places where, yeah, where hostages tend to end up on this map. It end up over here. Nope. Dr. Calvin, do you not say anything on this map, dude? Regular mob, regular mob, regular mob, regular mob. Oh, we haven't zipped around this way yet. Around this way. And this side of the movie theater. Nope. Down the front of these buildings. Nope. Does he spawn somewhere really stupid? Let's see, he wasn't in front of the bank or whatever that is. Anyway, XLG, if it helps you with your discussion, I feel like you're objectifying me. Okay? Just so you know. So you know. See, we went up the parking garage. Well, I thought I saw 3 people over there. It was just 2. Alright. Here, nope. When we rescued this guy, doesn't he speak gibberish or something? Like he's gone crazy? Like everybody else? Is it so hard to just put spawns in consistent places? Scariest Transformers villain that's not Megatron. Scary in what regard? I guess, like... Because I'm probably just going to go with... Who am I going to go with? You know what? I'm going to go kind of cheap. Like, he's not really the scariest. But I kind of like Devastator as, like, a scary villain. Not because he's, like, sociopathic or whatever, but, you know, he's just... I don't know, there's something about Devastator that I just find, like, mildly intimidating. Like, and I always have since I was a kid. Oh my freaking frack. I don't want to be clearing this whole freaking map to find where this boss or the hostage is. But it looks like we're going to have to just start killing stuff here. Oh, I don't have the patience for this crap. I'm just going to start blasting people here. So anyway, I started blasting. I can't believe that freaking Dr. Calvin won't talk when I get near his spawn. That's... Or we've somehow not been near his spawn, but we have been all over this freaking map. If it was a boss we were looking for, there's a good chance he would have been standing at this intersection. They usually do on this map. Why are you just standing over here by yourself? Man, you got me kind of wanting to just go watch Transformers cartoon. just so I can hear Starscream. Not gonna lie. Why would I watch that, XLG? Why do you want me to give Disney money? Disney hates you and wants you to die. Why do you want me to give Disney money? I made a tweet like that on Twitter, where it's like, all you artists are like, man, I hate AI. Meanwhile, Disney, let's take this money, use it to make AI. Meanwhile, artists, oh my gosh, Disney finally did the thing. They've never done it before. Like, except Disney did that like 30 years ago, and Marvel was doing that 50 years ago. You guys are just illiterate. Sony may be making the movie, but here's the thing. Disney owns Spider-Man, so Sony is giving Disney a cut of that money. Also, Sony's an evil mega corporation that also hates you and wants you to die. They don't want you as a customer. They want you to just give them your money and then go away. That is what they exist for. They've gotten too big. Nope. Disney literally owns Spider-Man. Disney gives Sony the license to do stuff with Spider-Man because Sony licensed Spider-Man from Marvel before Disney bought Marvel. But anytime you see a Spider-Man anything, the Spider-Man characters in the movies, Spider-Man characters in the animated movies that they've made, Spider-Man cartoon shows, Spider-Man merchandise, that's all money for Disney. Because Sony has to pay Disney royalties to use Spider-Man. So regardless of which evil mega corporation is making the movie, the money will eventually flow back to Disney because Disney is evil and giant. And one day Disney's just going to buy Sony so that they have all their characters back under one roof. That's one of the reasons why Disney bought Fox, was to get all of the X-Men licensees, Fantastic Four and whatever else, back under their own direct control so they wouldn't have to split things up. Monopoly laws don't mean jack anymore. They will just buy senators off. That has been true ever since the 90s, when, for whatever reason, the US government was like, Microsoft isn't giving us enough bribe money. Let's put them on trial in the Senate or whatever. And then Microsoft just started paying them off and playing the politics game like every other big company. Prior to the antitrust investigation that Congress did into Microsoft, Microsoft didn't give anybody money like that. But that's all that will happen. You'll get like random cases where other countries' regulators will go, oh no, we can't let you merge, like the Microsoft Activision thing that the British whatever board ixnayed. But Microsoft and Activision are already suing over that. Yes, Sonny Bono. Great entertainer. Died in a skiing accident in the 90s. Married to Cher. Divorced from Cher. Cher abused the heck out of him. Became a bought and paid for shill of the mouse. So yeah, back in whatever year, the most recent Copyright Extension Act that Disney wanted was sponsored or written, whatever language you prefer, by him into existence. And then all the other senatorial creatures in the House, they all got on board because they're getting their cut of campaign contribution money from Disney. Man, this got really spicy all of a sudden. I'm going to get banned off YouTube for saying these things whenever this video goes live over there. That's okay. YouTube didn't want to monetize my Cyberpunk 2077 videos, so, you know, screw them. They won't tell you why either. No, see, that's the thing. Yeah, they don't tell you why. They just go, it doesn't meet our needs, and you can request a review. But they're still not going to tell you anything, and probably if it's like Twitch, you know, or copyright reviews, like requesting the review just means that it's going on like the record that will just get you in trouble forever, so don't do it. YouTube and Twitch are both very unfriendly places for the people who are actually on here making them money. Go figure. So that's salty. So I find it stupid because at the time Activision was a PR nightmare in its own right. Why Sony would block that acquisition? Because no corporation should be as big as either of those companies are on their own, much less combined. And the PR doesn't matter because Activision, despite all the weird PR stuff, is making money hand over fist. Microsoft, making money hand over fist. Sony, if they don't block that, they may lose market share and will stop making money hand over fist. But then again, I'm bitter and cynical. I would block the heck out of that acquisition if I was Sony. Because you don't want somebody with that much market leverage. Because then Microsoft would be a hardware manufacturer and a software manufacturer on every platform. They get too powerful. And then they can start holding like, hey, we're not going to publish our game on your platform unless you cut us a favorable deal. And then you've now, as Sony, lost control of the PlayStation platform. Because you can't leverage as much market share as your competition to oppose them. This dude's not up on the roof, is he? Like in the Night Star mission, she'll be up on the roof. He shouldn't be on the roof. They don't spawn hostages on the roofs. We got some maniac climb. Oh my gosh. Then let them die. See, here's the most important thing. Corporations, companies should die. The market should overturn them every so often. The fact that we don't let that happen because companies are too big to fail is one of the reasons for the economic stagnation and cultural stagnation that we're all faced with. All those Disney properties probably should have been in the public domain by now. All those Disney games, or not Disney, Sony games, like if they go out, like if they fail, all that stuff should enter the public domain. It won't, because we don't let that happen anymore for whatever reason. But that's how it's supposed to work. Like all that property just becomes the public's, which means that Jimmy Joe Bob can now port Spider-Man or whatever to the PC, to the Xbox, to the Nintendo Switch, to the Nokia N-Gage. I don't know how that would work, but you know, some kind of psycho programmer could do it. That'd probably be a pretty neat demake. Because that's a platform I wanted, just because it has that Rifts RPG on it. And I like Rifts as a setting. Oh, thank you, Stay Healthy Bot. I'm flabbergasted as to where this NPC is. Like, I've been all over this map, and I have killed half of the map. We still haven't seen Homeboy. It's ridiculous. Oh, Nintendo absolutely is. Like, just like the virtual store stuff. There he is! Oh my gosh, why did he spawn here? You son of a gun. No, actually I used Internet Explorer, not Netscape Navigator. Because you could actually write broken HTML in Explorer that rendered really cool. And it didn't work at all in Navigator because Navigator actually adhered to the rules. Yeah, like, Nintendo is really mean to its own customer base. Like, how many times have people had to rebuy the same game on Nintendo? Meanwhile, on PC, like, I bought a Steam game 18 years ago or whatever, like the Orange Box games, and I still got them all. Oh, here we go. Seek clues. To be fair, the YouTuber was in possession of stolen property, which is a crime. But they really should have been like, hey bro, can you take the video down, keep the stuff, and tell us who gave it to you? Like, that's how that should have went down. No, somebody at Wizards sent it to him. Not like Wizards management, because that's why they sent the Pinkertons. Like, somebody gave him something that he wasn't supposed to get. So somebody at Wizards screwed up. Or maliciously did it. 3. Oh, we gotta find bosses. It's just the Pinkertons. They're not gonna kill him. They're just gonna break his skull. Come on, this isn't like Union skull busting here. They're not gonna be murdering a YouTuber because he's gonna live stream and get too many likes. You can't have that. Where's the freaking bosses? Where are the named ones? But yeah, I think the whole thing was really stupid. And if I was not already, like, not a fan of Wizards of the Coast, that would have just helped make me not a fan of Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast, aka Hasbro, is an evil mega corporation that hates you and wants you to die. There's a lot of those around. You can tell when a company becomes an evil company like that. We're gonna die here and that's okay. Yeah. Get back up, we'll kill everybody. I should be running my defensive toggles, but I don't really want to have to mess with, like, running out of endurance and stuff. Sorry, I'll be... There we go. Okay, now I can talk. Except then I just started shooting somebody else. Okay, hold on. But you can tell when a company becomes like an evil mega corporation because it stops being about, man, what can we sell people? You know, what can we give people? What can we give our customers? How can we make our customers better? How can we make their lives better? How can we give them the thing that they really want? And it becomes more about, hey, so, oh, there's a boss right there. Where is he? I didn't even see this dude. Oh, he's way over there. Why didn't he trigger when I ran right by him? Game, this makes no freaking sense. Anyway, when corporations stop caring about what it is their customers want and what it is that the management wants the customers to do, that's when the company really should be broken up because it's gotten too big and too powerful. And that was one of the reasons why AT&T got broken up, is they were giving bad service and yada yada yada. But AT&T was trying to make people use phones the way AT&T wanted them to use phones, not the way people wanted to do it. Because back in the day, you didn't even own your phone. I guess people don't own their phones anymore. Like your landline phone, you didn't own it. AT&T owned it. You couldn't do anything to that phone. And if you did, they would send a repairman out to fix it, who would then charge you money. Kinda nuts. Yeah, I'm not watching Andor. You don't understand, XLG. Star Wars died pretty much around the time they decided all the books were not canon anymore. So they could rewrite all the stories worse and resell them to people. Like, that's essentially what that is. Like, oh, we got like 20 years of, actually 30 years if you go 40. You got to go back to Alan Dean Foster's Splinter in the Mind's Eye, right? That was the first Star Wars novel. That was like 1979. Companies can be like a legal fiction of a person. Because if they're not, how do you sue them? You can only sue people. Unless the government says otherwise. Like, because there's no agency to an object that is not a person. That's why they're legally people. But when your corporation starts getting revenues in excess of like $1 billion, your corporation probably should be broken up. Like, Disney should probably be about 200 separate companies. Like, I don't know where the cutoff is. And I'm not going to, like, hash that out in, like, fine detail because that would be really silly. But at some point, it's like, you're probably too big. And the same thing goes for any organization. Any organization that gets to a certain size needs to be pruned. Because as you get bigger, the graft and corruption inherent in your organization will keep growing. Hey, here we go. Alright, there we go. Mission done. I mean, you can't sue your chair. You can sue the chair's manufacturer, which is legally a person. You can sue the chair's owner, which presumably is you, which would be kind of a weird lawsuit, because you're a person. You could maybe sue the government agency, assuming the government allows you to, because you have no right to sue the king in his own court. But you could probably sue the government agency that regulated the chair, if there's a defect in the chair, because those things are all legally people. It's a fiction that allows legal machinery to work and apply to groups of people as opposed to just individuals. Because otherwise, you can't sue an inanimate object. Like, well, asterisk. There have been lawsuits against inanimate objects, especially in like medieval France. We have arrested this cat and tried it for murder. Like, what? Okay, it's a cat, not an inanimate object. But like, you get the idea. Like, sometimes silly stuff like that happens. But the whole reason corporations are incorporated, which is where the word corporation comes from corporeal, meaning body, is so they can be treated like people. So you can have like somebody who can sign on behalf of the organization, as opposed to nobody being able to do anything. Cats are evil. Yeah. Many people believe so. You are not alone in this belief. I'm just a weirdo, man. I am hyper pro-human. So when I see something that's like, that isn't like the results of what we're doing here are not producing things that are hyper pro-human. Oh, hey, it's antimatter. Well, I have to beat him up. Let's eat that and that and that and that and that. And in this case, that's like whatever, you know? I believe people should be. You worship cats? Yeah. The cats ate all the rats. But, my position is like anything that gets in the way of people being able to make decisions for themselves, for good or bad, it's probably not a good thing. Dude, quit debuffing me, you asshole. Alright, he's gonna kill me. We'll come back. That's fine. What a jerk. Just clear this crap out. Go away. Get this crap out of my inventory. Alright, we're gonna come back and we're just gonna murder him. It ain't even gonna be pretty. It ain't even gonna be pretty. What do you mean it's not gonna be pretty? Oh, I don't know. How many reds can I fit in my inventory? I guess it's just deep down inside, I believe that you can probably make pretty good decisions for yourself. In general. Maybe some people can't. But I think most people can. If they couldn't, how are they surviving? And I would like to have you have the opportunity to make those decisions for yourself, as opposed to somebody else telling you to make those decisions and what your decision choice is. Like, what brand of soap should you buy? Buy the one you like. Maybe it smells better. Maybe it's got moisturizer in it and you like that. You like Irish Springs. Hey, I really like the way Irish Springs smells, but man, it dries my skin out. That's a good choice. And I want you to be able to... Really? Positron, I'm over here talking. Or, I'm sorry, antimatter. I'm over here talking, bro. And you're just like, I'm going to get in there. Herbal soap smells great. Sounds like my experience with Irish Springs. Oh, things are so much different now, aren't they, antimatter? Hey, get out of here, you jerk. Oh, shoot. I'm starting to... I actually feel my voice starting to fail. Where's the freaking glowy? Why is it... I hate how they lay these missions out sometimes. Why not just put it in the room with the archvillain? It is true, I have talked a lot. Next stream ASMR because he killed his voice. Oh no! And for once, I don't have any cough drops right here next to me either. Dinobots antitrust law, yeah. We have gone pretty far afield, haven't we? Well, that's okay. That's okay. I'd rather have a broad, meandering, interesting conversation than just be like hyper-focused and describing what I'm seeing on screen, which sometimes you got to do that because there's not a conversation. Oh man. Yeah, if I stop talking for a minute here, don't give it. In fact, I am going to stop talking until we find the boss, or I get frustrated about not finding the boss. Ah, these guys are slowing me down. We'll start talking. I think it looks pretty cool. I tried playing the original System Shock, and I could not get past the controls because they kind of sucked. So I hope it's cool, and I don't really know anything else about it, and I don't really care to have any like changes between like the plot or whatever of the original and the remake, if there are any. I don't know. Oh, good night, Ethereal Dragon. Like, if there's anything weird like that, like they've changed the plot, I don't want to know about it right now. One day I'll play it, and I'll find out. Oh, well, that is some pretty high praise. Hold on, I gotta clear my throat. Let me mute. Man, I could go for a cup of tea. If it wasn't already midnight, and I really should be thinking about bedtime, I'd go make one. Should have got a cup of tea when I got my glass of water. Where is the last glowy? Boss is probably over here? Wait, Mega Snap. There he is. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, the only thing that kept me from playing the original System Shock was them controls. System Shock 2 was dope. I played the heck out of that. Me and Ninja Weasel once had a co-op game of System Shock 2 going that we had to abandon because somehow the save file broke. And we could no longer sync up and be in the same place. It's ridiculous. Cool to hear. I believe all objectives should be marked on the map at all time. But that's just me. I don't believe that you should just have to wander around the map until you stumble across 3 out of 4 glowies to find out where that last hard to find one is. Just put it on the map for me. Oh, we should stop and buy inspirations before we go. This is oddly convenient. Hey, Tina. Oh, we'll keep that reactive defenses and craft and sell that. That's worth a couple million. I don't... Dude, honestly, this was 20 years ago, so I don't remember. I just remember having a toggle between, like, aiming up, down, and in the middle or something like that, and I was just like, I'm not having this. And it all just kind of felt kind of clunky. So I'm sure I encountered it. I'm sure I saw exactly what you're describing. I just don't remember it. Yeah, I wonder if the System Shock music get me in trouble with, or System Shock 2 music will get me in trouble with Twitch, or not Twitch, I don't really care about Twitch, with YouTube. You know what? We might just swap over and keep going. Where's the freaking Chloe, dude? Why have we gone down like 14 elevators to get to here? Like, who's really gonna fight through all this? Especially when you got all these empty rooms that go nowhere. Come up here. What do I got? I don't know how loud this is gonna be. Where's all of Eric Brosius' System Shock remixes? Here they are. Hit those. Oh, that seems kind of loud. That's a little better. Play some System Shock 2 music, since we're talking about System Shock. I think these were all done by a guy named Eric Brosius, who took like the in-game sound files and remixed them into things that were more like tracks and less like ambient stuff. Then again, I've had these files for almost 20 years, so who knows if that origin is actually true or not. Oh my lord, these sound files are like older than my nephew. Ah. System Shock was a good shooter, but was trying to be in a Sims. It was an immersive sim. Most modern examples: Bioshock, Dishonored, and Prey. Dude, I love me some Bioshock. Especially Bioshock 2. Oh, I need to turn that up a notch, don't I? It like dipped way low. I especially like Bioshock 2 because it lets you have a gun in one hand and some other thing in your other, like, you know, wow, okay, we're just gonna be going up and down a lot, aren't we? Alright, that's fine. I forgot what I was saying, but I just like that Bioshock 2 lets you dual wield. I thought that was a great innovation. Actually, playing as a Big Daddy was pretty fun. As opposed to being turned in... or, spoiler. And man, I really like me some Dishonored. But I hated going for the no death achievement. Because you do everything right. And then somehow... somewhere... one dude would get killed by rats off screen. And it would wreck your run. You have to go do that whole level all over again. Hey, there's the top dog himself. I hate enemies popping tier 9s like Marauder just did. That's such bullcrap. He's about to kill us, by the way, just so you know. Yeah, I know Bioshock was spiritual successor to System Shock, hence the name. Yep, there we go. We'll just buy some more candy, come back and beat him. His tier 9 will have worn off and it'll be real easy. Tier 9s are stupid. Giving those to NPCs is stupid. They have such a bigger HP pool that it's just completely broken. We would have won that fight easily if he hadn't just like been like, yo, I'm going to cheat. And don't get me started on Marauder in the Lambda trial when you get in there. And dude's just like, you know what? I kind of feel like having, 99% resistance to smashing and lethal. And it's like, what? Talk about hacks. You can hate Infinite all you want. Like, I'm not going to tell you can't. There's stuff I like about it. And stuff I find really silly with it. Yeah, welcome to early 2000s music on the internet, XLG. Once upon a time, I tried to get Six to listen to the Star Wars breakbeats, and he just kind of blew me off. With such thrilling tracks as Adam Akbar, please. Oh, Lord, we gotta be getting to the end of this thing, right? I'd like to wrap this up before my on-call shift starts, game, so I can go to bed. Yes, the dreaded shift, XLG. Here, I'm gonna put that up on screen, because you ain't wrong. Ooh, that was a little louder than the others. Let's take it down a notch. Oh yeah, this mission. Piece of cake. The only weak spot in System Shock 2, well, the only really weak spot is the very ending where Shodan doesn't stay dead. Like, it gets kind of goofy. Spoilers for a 25-year-old game. Like, you can only bring the same villain back so many times before it starts getting silly. Where's the last one? Ah, up there. She's a great villain in System Shock 2. Except for the ending cutscene. Alright, stop the invasion. This is where we actually get to beat up antimatter. Let's go. Anyway, way back when, on whatever forum they used to talk about System Shock stuff on, they had a whole collection of these like remixes of the System Shock music and stuff. And so I got like this whole folder of this junk. The villain System Shock 2 was the Mini, which was one of Shodan's experiments. And the Mini gained sentience and took over, like, they started taking over everything. And the AI of the ship was taken over by the Mini because they took over the programmers. And the AI of the ship was Xerxes, who wants to remind you that there are only 128 shopping days remaining before Christmas. An extra work shift, just once a week, to give you the shopping money you need. Make it a special occasion. But the reveal is that Neuron's up there? Oh, Neuron's up there. That's weird. The big surprise reveal is that the ally you thought you had, Dr. whatever her name was, actually was Shodan in disguise. And then at the very end of it, Shodan makes herself known as, like, the real villain by taking over the ship herself. We might have to leave and go buy some more inspirations. Because I'm not here to mess around with this stuff. Oh, he zapped me. I like that. Zapped. Yeah, let's just go buy some more inspirations, man. We'll just take a second. We'll go do it. Then we don't have to worry about the fight against antimatter. And we can just move on. Yes. Look at you, hacker. Panting and sweating as you run through my corridors. How can you challenge a perfect, immortal machine? Yeah, it is good that Shodan never underestimates the player in either game. The Architect's a little closer. We'll buy the inspirations there. That was right here. Did I go the wrong way? Oh! I'm looking right at it! I'm looking right at the thing. That's a sign that I've been up for too long and that I am too tired. Oh, whoever designed this building should be shot. With kindness and care. And not actually shot in any meaningful way. Anyway, this is just how I play City Heroes when I'm soloing and it's a character that can't really handle stuff. Inspirations. Other people, they're like, oh, let me get a team together. Me? We'll eat candy. Because candy makes you strong. That's the one thing this game has taught me. Shannon, the remake was fleshed out more with more voice lines. Okay, cool. Yeah, one of these days, I will get around to playing that. But that's got to be on the back burner because I got a couple of games that have been given to me that I got to play before I go buy the System Shock remake. Way to miss the ramp. Pretty good odds. Antimatter's gonna be in this room. If not, he'll be around the left. There he is. I will succeed in my invasion. The Emperor Cole will make me Praetor again. Feed Neuron, Bowering Earth, and I will ask him for Megan's hand in marriage. My plan is perfect. They kind of retconned out some stuff about Dominatrix, aka Megan, aka Praetor Duncan, because it was squicky. How's this dude just hitting me through 60% defense? Even if he got a lucky hit in, that should have been more than enough to keep him from actually hitting me. I'm just freaking cheesed off of this dude. Like, there's a big wheel of cheese here with his name on it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit him with it. Fine, antimatter. You want to be that kind of dork? I will out-dork you. Start with 4 of these. Bunch of these. We're going to get right back in there and we're going to kill this guy. Oh my god, what did I even open up? Go away. Dude, what an ancient chat tab. That's from live. Whoa. Whichever one of those I popped out. That was from when I was in like a group of people from LiveJournal that played City of Heroes. Talk about dating yourself right there. Whew. I suddenly feel really old. These powers give DDR? They sure do. We'll turn those on. Alright, Mr. Fancy Pants is going to die this time. I mean, he's going to be arrested this time. These lasers don't kill people. They arrest people. We send them straight to another we send them straight to jail. Send them to another dimension! Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just like go to over 100% defense? Games don't banter anymore. Games don't banter anymore because writers don't write that way anymore. You know, everything has to be... You used to get a lot of silent protagonists, right? You don't really get silent protagonists in games anymore. They all talk. And so since the character is talking... Yeah, we're not doing either of those missions. We're calling it a night. And since the protagonist is doing all the talking, the NPCs don't have to do as much talking. Which means you don't have to fill time with banter and stuff like that. That's at least how I kind of feel like when you start comparing like the dialogue in, say, Morrowind versus the dialogue in Skyrim. And that's nothing. That's not a knock against like the Skyrim dudes because they did a great job making a great game. But Morrowind has like several novels worth of text in it, and you can plow through all of Skyrim's dialogue rather quickly. There's just not as much of it. Now it may take longer to get through because it's being spoken. You're not going speed reading it. All right, I think I gotta call it. The old brain is not working. Oh, anybody playing City Heroes that I've watched before? I got no idea who any of these people are. So, no, I think I'm just going to call it a stream and just go crash in bed. Well, thank you both for being here along with Moniker. I think Ninja Weasel's here for a minute. And my viewer count's been up and down, so I know people have been coming in and lurking for a little while and checking stuff out. So thank you all so much. I'm going to go before I lose my voice. Oh, Moniker's here! Absolute mad lad. Are you going to stream, Moniker? Because if you're going to stream in like a minute, like you start your stream up, I will just go raid you right now. Lurking and preparing? What is there to prepare? You got Bobble. You Bob and you Ol. Oh, are you actually preparing your like accent list? Had a few things put on. All right, well. Anyway, I am going to go lurk in Moniker's chat. So, I know he's not there, so I'm not going to raid him. I don't want to, like, direct you all to a channel that's not live. But hopefully, he's going to be playing some Bobble, which is this really great homebrew NES game that's absolutely fantastic. It is a joy to watch and a joy to listen to. There's, like, these great spline curves that they use to draw the water. Like, I realize they rendered all that out and stuff, but like it's just beautiful. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up and you all go say hi to your favorite streamer. Take care of yourselves, and hope to see some of you again next time, which, barring anything funky happening, will be, what is it, it's 12:30, so like 11 hours from now I should be back doing something. Take care and bye-bye. What a weird conversation we had tonight. This has just rambled all over the place.